Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luis. So it's been a little bit over 2 to 3 weeks, and I finally wrote up my review for the Mophie Juice Pack Air for the iPhone 3G and 3GS. So I'll start off with looks. In looks, I give it a 4 out of 5. I give it this rating simply because it has a nice white coating that doesn't come off like a cheap knockoff would if you got it off eBay or something for like 12 bucks, and I really appreciate that. But it's of course, for 70 to 80 bucks it should be pretty much high quality, right? It kind of reminds me of an in case white case. It would have been 5 stars, and it really should be, because I don't think Mophie has control over this, but it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, obviously. If I pull off the top, you can see just about how much it adds to the phone. So Mophie doesn't really have too much because, well, it's an extra battery that's in there. So I guess I could kind of give it a 5, but I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the 4 out of 5 stars. The first day I took it to school, my friends were like, "Hey, did you get that $70 case you bought?" And I showed them, and they freaked out because it was pretty big. And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but it does this." And I showed them that it charges the phone. So after I showed them that they did that, they were pretty much cool with it. So next I'll go with design. The design is nice. I said it looks, like an in-case white case, which I love. But my battery wasn't the best, so I went ahead and I said, what the hell, and I bought it. Now there are several design flaws that I think should be fixed, or at least could use some improvement. One is on the silent hardware button. It's easy to turn it to vibrate, but to turn it back on, to turn it back to normal, and if you're a guy without nails like myself, you're gonna need a credit card, toothpick, or a penny to turn it back on, because I don't know a little tip or trick to turn it back to vibrate. So normally I just have a little penny or something just to go ahead and flick it back. Obviously, of course, now that I'm doing the video, it ain't gonna work. So for here, as example, is a toothpick. You can just go ahead and flick it back on like that, and that's pretty much the only thing. Now my girlfriend can do it because she obviously has nails. I do not, so it's not the easiest thing for me. So I think that can use some improvement. Maybe just have it just a little bit more back, just at least for this part. The volume controls, though, are easy to get to. Just this silent hardware switch is pretty hard. The second flaw that I think could use some improvement is at the bottom of the case. As you can see, it's very easy for dust to get in there. Now, while I know this doesn't affect the performance of the case, it's kind of annoying because other stuff can get lodged in there too as well. If you have something in your pocket, lint or something, sometimes I take it out. I just have to go in there with my finger and clean it out. So now I'll go with protection. Protection is something obviously very important in a case, and especially with these $200 to $300 devices that we pay for, it's very, very, very important. And this case does actually do some protection, obviously, with this big old bulk that it does add. The case is made out of sleek, matte-like plastic. If it should drop, your phone would be protected. Now, my old plastic case was recessed so that the phone would be, in. And if it should have hit the floor face down, the phone would be protected and wouldn't crack or break, because the outer rim of the plastic case would protect it. But the juice pack is pretty even with the phone, as you can see. So if it were to fall face first, I think if it was cement, it'd probably crack the screen or something. But I'm very protective with my phone, so I try never to, and sometimes never do drop it, knock on wood. It feels nice though in the hands while typing, though, when you don't have the little outer rim, but I would still like it just for the protection. But as you can see, obviously get my point here. Finally, what everybody wants to know, does it actually charge? Well, yes, it does, to an extent. The iPhone 3G battery is 1150 milliamps, and the iPhone 3G has 1219 milliamp. The Mophie Juice Pack Air has a 1200 milliamp inside. My mom has an iPhone 3G, and one time hers was nearly dead and running at just 35%. I let her use the juice pack, and it refilled it to 100% in about an hour and 15 minutes or so. If I get my 3GS to about 50 and set it to charge, it'll get to 100%. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the processor eating up the battery still while it's in standby, and also now that I'm on 3G and my mom is still with Edge on an iPhone because she has T-Mobile, if that has a lower processor or what. But let's just say I got up half of what I expected in terms of recharging my phone, so I give it a 3.5 stars. I think that the next Juice Pack Air needs to have a 14 milliamp, and then, you know, pretty much we'd be talking, because then, like as the reviews say, you'd be able to charge it and still have some left over. If by somehow the next Juice Pack Air would be slimmer with a little bit more juice, I'd probably give it another try and buy it. But if not, I guess I'll pretty much just stick with this one. So in conclusion, would I recommend it? Yes, I would. If you use your iPhone for internet, like tweeting, Facebooking, and video recording, then I think this would work perfect for you. If you're one of those calling and texting only people, then probably not. I think there would be a better way to spend your 70 to 80 bucks. Mophie did make one hell of a product though. If Apple allowed user replaceable batteries like the Droid, then this could be Apple's 70 bucks or whatever they would charge. I'm thinking 70 because Apple's pretty high dollar. So that'll do it for this very thorough review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. For more, please subscribe to my YouTube account. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/irockish. You can tweet me or leave a comment down below for any comments that you may have about it, or you still want to know that maybe I didn't cover. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.